Hiya guys again, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more latest news. There's currently nothing much to update on, as the transfer window is now currently over. Today I'm just going to give you a bit of advice on the Coutinho saga. I'm going to give you a bit of advice on even Perisic as well, and if I've got time I'll discuss a couple of other things as well in the situation. Now the transfer window's over. Premier League, as I said, they've spent 1.14 billion. Serie A have completed about 444 deals. They've spent about 1.03 billion. Bundesliga have spent about £729 million as well. So there's big money that's been raked out, and it's rised up, since the last couple of transfer windows anyway, guys. So we're going to get into some latest news now anyway about Philippe Coutinho. Now it's all over now, the transfer. But with the Philippe Coutinho situation, as I said, Liverpool, Barcelona have wanted the player all summer long. They've been trying to get deal finalised. They've had three bids, is it? 72, 89, 114 million bid rejected, and the director had convinced Barca would get the deal. They've already got 5 signings in the squad. They've got Dembele in there as well. But apparently the director has come out with a bit more information now regarding Liverpool's situation. The Barcelona director has basically confirmed this in a news conference. Apparently, he had basically, I don't know if it's true, according to him, that Liverpool were demanding £185 million. They're willing to offer him to Barcelona, according to the director, for £185 million. And Liverpool have denied these suggestions. They have currently laughed this off because, with their resistance, against Philippe Coutinho, they were not willing to offload the players. So they denied these suggestions that he was currently offered for 185 million, and basically the director come out and basically said then it was at the last stages of the window closing, apparently this had happened, and then Barcelona had give up on the current pursuit of Coutinho when that presumed 185 million was demanded for Liverpool. They totally give up in the pursuit of that. He did say he thanks Coutinho's effort because he did insist that he did want to play for them, but he said he's happy with the signings. They'll contribute very, very well. They'll do fantastically well, improve Barcelona, and this is what the director has been this is what the director suggested out, and apparently Barcelona have been contacted and negotiated about this. They have been contacted over this situation that apparently Liverpool were demanding 185 million, and apparently Barcelona prepared again to try and negotiate with the owners over this situation, but they were not prepared to negotiate anything else with Barcelona because they were prepared that the current player was currently not for sale, and this is what had been quoted out. But Liverpool have denied these suggestions that they were willing to offer to offload him for £185 million. So the player that who's come off the bench to score against Brazil, the player that's suffered an injury, so of his back injury, he's missed Liverpool's first 5 games. He's got a 5-year contract with the club as well, and we know Coutinho has basically tried to make the move. He's basically wanted to make the move throughout the window. He's insisted this to Klopp. He's insisted all this to the Liverpool board, as Philippe Coutinho has insisted this, and he's basically wanted to make the move as Philippe Coutinho, one of the most creative players in world football, very agile, very skillful, very, very good in the air. And in my opinion, if Liverpool had cashed in, they'd have had the money to get the Van Dijks, the other targets that they were targeting. They didn't get Van Dijk, they didn't get Lamar that they wanted as well, did Liverpool, but they have got quite a few decent signings of Liverpool Football Club, but they have now kept Coutinho. Coutinho obviously won't be satisfied about this because I think he'd have elevated to a higher level, with Messi, with Suarez and all that, would Philippe Coutinho. And Liverpool only paid £8.5 million for him from Inter Milan back in 2013. But reports apparently were breaking out, I think, was it yesterday sometime, as I did report you on the situation. It did say apparently the Spanish expert had clarified that Barcelona did the interest, and Coutinho had even accepted the situation that he can't make the move to Barcelona. But reports were stemming from Spain yesterday, I think it was, that apparently Liverpool have confirmed he will be allowed to be sanctioned off after the World Cup next summer. And this had been in the Metro, and this had apparently what had been reported as well. Barcelona may try and go for the player in January, or they just may try and go for the current player next summer. But as I said, Coutinho's not satisfied with that about this. The director has confirmed this in a news conference that Liverpool wanted 185 million pounds. So Liverpool have denied this. They've denied any suggestions whatsoever. What the director has come out with in this current situation, after weeks of negotiations, when Coutinho had put that transfer request in, and as soon as he put that transfer request in, Liverpool, the owners had rejected the transfer request he'd put in, and the owners made it clear they're not willing to sanction him. They've said all summer long they've been ruthless. They're not willing to offload him, and they were not willing, including Klopp, they were not willing to accept any bids whatsoever for Philippe Coutinho. They were not willing to accept any bids. And I did say last Saturday, there'd been fresh talks, there'd been negotiations going on between the owners and the players' representatives, and it looked as though then they had softened the stance, because apparently during the meeting the 148 million or 147 million was recommended for Barcelona to pay, and Barcelona were willing to pay that. But reports have been different, and then one come out yesterday saying apparently Barcelona the Spanish ex-back come out and said Barcelona were prepared to even offer an initial £138 million plus add-ons included, which would have mounted that up to £160 million. So after all that as well apparently right at the last minute, Liverpool were demanding 185 million. Barcelona give up on the pursuit. According to the director, they give up on the pursuit of Coutinho, and then basically it was all over. But for me, Liverpool have done well. They could have done better. Klopp will have plans in January to get that. He'll go for Van Dijk at the back. He may go for a number 9, because Liverpool still do need number 9. But positive news is for Liverpool, they have capped their most essential player, which is Philippe Coutinho. As I said, very, very good for Brazil as well. But with Liverpool's resistance, I couldn't really see Coutinho making the move. But the player himself has wanted to make the move all summer long as Philippe Coutinho. Very, very good player though, agile, skillful, good in the air, very tenacious player. And Liverpool, they've lost Perisic as well on loan. They've got Emre Can coming to an end of his deal. But Liverpool can prove they can play without Philippe Coutinho. But for them, they may want to keep him on another season. They may soften the stance next summer or whenever, and then they may be prepared to try and cash in on Philippe Coutinho then. So yeah, Barcelona would be disappointed about this. I'm saying with the Barcelona situation. Obviously, they had other targets on mind as well. They had Di Maria. PSG really did fail. Well, they did offload Matuidi. They did offload Serge Aurier, but they didn't really get big money for one player that they insisted they wanted. They didn't get real good cash, because they were key. If they'd have offloaded Di Maria, they'd have got a decent amount of money for him. But that didn't materialise, as I think PSG had rejected 2 bids from Barcelona for Di Maria. There were talk, that also Barcelona went for the Mesut Ozil from Arsenal as well. There were talks about that yesterday. That apparently Arsenal demanded £55 million for Ozil. He's coming to an end of his deal, and he was literally demanding it £225,000 a week was Ozil. Currently been in Bundesliga for 5 years before. He'd been with Schalke, he'd been with Werder Bremen, and then went to Real Madrid in 2010. He's won honours, and Arsenal paid for him from Real Madrid in 2013, I think, £45 million. But over his 4 years at Arsenal, he's been very, very good. He's won FA Cups for him, he's won Community Shields with him, but apparently Arsenal were demanding £55 million for the current player. That currently didn't materialise. It didn't materialise that situation. I don't know if Barcelona held any talks with Arsenal over the situation, but that currently didn't materialise either. So Barcelona have had a lot of replacements on the board in this transfer window. You know, they got Dembele, one of the main priority targets. They'll be disappointed that they didn't get Philippe Coutinho, but I think they'll presume they'll try and go for him in January now. So yeah, that's really about it. And also, I've got some breaking news, as I did mention just now, well, before on the start of the video, about Ivan Perisic now, the player that we was targeting all summer long. Since basically the start of the entirety of the window, you know, we've been trying to get Perisic on the board. There's been negotiations going on. You know, we was in talks for 35 million, got turned down. So I presume we had 1, 2, or was it? I think it was 2 or 3 bids that we had rejected from Inter Milan, because Damasio had announced, the Italian journalist, that they wanted £48 million, and Manchester United were unwilling to pay that £48 million for Perisic. And then it confirmed, basically, with the Perisic case, you know, he currently left the, what was it now, he left the training camp, you know, because he claimed that he had a toothache that time. So then he was basically trying to force the move. And then it was saying it was going to be done in the next 48 hours. We were lining him to make the move to Manchester. And then he went with the rest of the Inter Milan squad instead of making a move to Manchester United. So this is what happened. Perisic notified that he wanted to make the move. And then it had come out basically that the agent of Perisic had tried to get a deal through. The Perisic agent had discussions Even Perisic's agent had discussions with Ed Woodward basically to try and get the deal finalised. They had discussions to try and get the deal finalised. There were talks of trying to get a deal done for £39 million. That didn't currently materialise. And then the agent of Ivan Perisic had discussions with the Inter Milan officials regarding the current player's future. And then Lucius Belter come out and basically said he's keen, he will stay at the club. He was considering it the first, but he did say he was keen staying at the club. He was convinced he was going to stay, and he was convinced he was going to secure a new deal with Inter Milan. This is what had basically been brought out. But he's highly experienced. You know, he's been at Borussia Dortmund. He's been at Wolfsburg in the past. So he's a very good, highly experienced player. I'm disappointed we didn't get that winner. But the good news is we got Lukaku, we got Ibrahimovic back, and we got Matic, and we got Lindelof as that. But there's still time for us to get that winner in January. But the Perisic child experience is a player that's got good physical attributes. 14 goals, 12 assists last season for Inter Milan. Very, very good player. Got good physical attributes. Very skillful. Very good in the air. I'd really, really loved him at Manchester United, but Inter Milan were demanding that £48 million. Inter Milan were even trying to recommend Martial, as we said, as part of the deal. Inter Milan would have gone with that, but Mourinho wasn't satisfied about that. He wasn't willing to sanction Martial as part of the deal for Ivan Perisic. But yeah, they've been convinced he can sign a new deal. I think he's got 3 years left on his contract now as Ivan Perisic. Apparently now Inter Milan are close to signing a new deal, and they're apparently willing to put £64 million in his current release. They're willing to put £64 million in his current contract. So that basically snubs any chances of and the majority of the teams going for the player in January, because basically Inter Milan want to keep him. So presumably his price tag in January, whenever, will be £64 million. This is in the Daily Star. They're willing to put in his release clause contract £64 million. I presume that we will not regain our interest in the current player now, and I think it is currently all over for Ivan Perisic. So it was a disappointment that we didn't get Perisic in the process of it as well. But yeah, as I did say in transfer window, I said Everton have spent big. I said we've done well. We've got 3 good players in. Mourinho's done fantastic business, and the first 2, this is his second season. Did good business last season. Got good 4 players in. He's done good business in this transfer window, getting 3 class players into the squad. as well. But as I did say, you know, Mourinho's got that winning pedigree. He's got that winning mentality as Mourinho. You know, in his debut season, you know, won the Europa League with us, won the League Cup and the Community Shield, if you want to count that as well. But he's got that pedigree. You know, he's proven it. You know, he's a winner. You know, I think he's got that killer instinct of Pep Guardiola, as I said on one of my videos that I published a while ago. Obviously, City have bought more players than us, but that doesn't mean a thing. Being a checkbook manager doesn't always mean you're going to be successful, as I do keep saying. But as I did say, Mourinho, you know, he proved it at Chelsea. You know, he won the Premier League Chelsea. He won FA Cups with Chelsea. You know, and he's won honours basically everywhere he's go. He's been a fantastic manager. You know, he's been at Inter Milan in the past. You know, he's been at Real Madrid in the past. He's been at, I think he's been at Barcelona in the past as well as Jose Mourinho. So very, very good manager. Because in the Moyes way, we didn't do very well in the transfer window. Van Gaal did spend a lot of money, but bought a lot of average players. But I think since Mourinho took over, we have dramatically improved, and I think this is the season now where we kick on and get a glimpse of the current Alex Ferguson days under Jose Mourinho. You know, he's got that clean instinct, knows how to change a game of football. He's got that willing mentality. He just knows how to do it, as he has proven since his arrival to Old Trafford. So we've spent about £148 million in this transfer window. In the two transfer windows, Mourinho, it adds up to nearly 300, or is it a bit more than £300 million in total as well. Confirmed Perez also. Andres Pereira has gone to Valencia on loan, I think. Bit of a disappointment. I'd like him to maybe stay because I presume, you know, his performances have been good. Maybe to give him more first team football in the Premier League this season. But that hasn't failed to tell, because he's a player that can play at number 6. You can put him in the number 8 and you can put him in the number 10 as well. But that he's currently gone to Valencia on loan. As we haven't seen much. We haven't seen the action yet in the Premier League of Victor Lindelof, probably due to his pre-season games, and we haven't seen any sight of Herrera yet in the Premier League yet. I presume he will put them in the mix with Matic and Pogba, and I presume that he will put Lindelof. He will start Lindelof in a game as well. But Bailey and Jones have looked fantastic at the back. Pogba and Matic have looked very, very good in the midfield. Martial and Rashford on the left-hand side, whoever gets started, have looked very, very good, as well as they've proven that as you know, Rashford scored this season. Martial's come off the bench twice, you know, and he's scored 2 goals. You know, Lukaku's now scored 3 goals. So this 4-2-3-1 looks to be this system of this 4-2-3-1 looks it's looking very, very expressive and expansive at the moment. But I presume that Jose Mourinho will not always stick to a 4-2-3-1. He will change formations, and his preferred formations, as you saw last season, you know, 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, as I said, and he played 3-5-2 in the pre-season games as well. Some people say we should go with 3-5-2 now. We haven't got that winger on the board. I'm not quite sure, to be quite honest with you guys. I did say with the Ibrahimovic story, it was good to see him sign a new deal with a club. Some people say, you know, it could affect Romelu Lukaku's role because they're currently playing the same position. It did report out basically about Ibrahimovic that he was going to be getting that. He was going to be in that number 10 role with Ibrahimovic, but I don't really know. Some people say they can't play together. Some people say they can, but I presume, in my opinion, that Ibrahimovic won't be first choice. Now you've got Lukaku in there. Lukaku will be the first choice over him, and Ibrahimovic will be there as a current backup option. So he was very good last season, though. 28 goals, very, very good. And lot of honours he's won in his career has been absolutely fantastic. And we got him for free last summer, Ibrahimovic. So that was very, very good. But I'm impressed with Everton. They've done fantastic business in this window as well, as I did say. Ronald Koeman's basic target is maybe to get them challenging more, maybe to try and at least get in the top 5, maybe even challenge some silverware. I really doubt it will happen though, but they have spent good in this window. City, you know, have spent good in this window as well. They were a bit disappointed that they didn't get Alexis Sanchez. But as I did say with Alexis Sanchez case, guys, apparently now City are convinced anywhere they can go for the player in January, maybe getting between 20 £30 million. And then he's being convinced he will see out his deal and he will become 3 next summer. But I think Arsenal may be prepared to cash they were prepared to cash it in on him in the window that's just shut, but obviously they couldn't find that adequate replacement, so they wasn't willing to sanction him off. But I think Arsenal may consider it in January to get some money for him rather than letting go 3 in next summer. As long as Arsenal in January, if they've got them January plans, if they can get a replacement for Sanchez in January. And Sanchez did want to make the move. Allegedly, he'd been leaked in a Manchester City top. You know, with his Arsenal, he's won 3 FA Cups in 4 seasons. Arsenal bought him in 2014, £35 million. And Pep Guardiola was keen on reuniting with Alexis Sanchez because they was absolutely fantastic over at Barcelona. And we know numerous teams being interested. Paris Saint-Germain, Bayern Munich, Man United have had a slight interest in the player. Loads of teams have been interested because he's just a top quality player. And, you know, he insisted that he wants Champions League football. He wanted Champions League football, did Alexis Sanchez. So he was very, very unhappy. He was convinced, and he basically stressed out that he had discussions with Wenger during the current speculation around him that he wanted to leave. He had more discussions with him after the Liverpool game that he wanted to leave, did Alexis Sanchez. And City had a 50 million bid rejected. I think City had a £60 million bid rejected as well. But I think it had been initially accepted, but it was a debate to see if Arsenal could get that replacement first, and then they were allowing Alexis Sanchez to leave. But Alexis Sanchez did turn down £300,000 a week offer from Arsenal. He wanted £400,000 a week. Alexis Sanchez, this is what he currently wanted, but City were only prepared to do a cash only deal. But there were talks about, you know, early on in the window, Sergio Aguero could be going to Arsenal, Sanchez to City as part of the deal, come to a conclusion. And it basically said about Sterling, who City paid for £49 million back in 2015. But Sterling's played in City's first 3 games. I don't really know much about the current player, but apparently Arsenal were willing to pay a mate-weight fee. City were prepared to offer cash plus Sterling to go to Arsenal, and Arsenal were willing to pay a mate-weight fee to get Sterling, but that had come to a conclusion. With City's resistance over the player, they were not willing to offload the current player. So Arsenal currently have lost, you know, a lot of their players. They couldn't find a replacement for Alexis Sanchez, but the player is currently very, very unhappy. But yeah. And as I did update you, as I did say, with the Thomas Lemar situation, as I keep saying now, I've given you my reasons why, Arsenal missed out on Thomas Lemar. It all started basically, that's been their main target. The 2 main targets was Arsenal's Lacazette. Boom, they got Lacazette for 52 million. Very good signing. That's the only deal. That's the only player they have bought in this window. And then with the Lemar situation, it confirmed Arsenal's main priority target. Arsenal have been in discussions with Monaco, trying to get a deal finalised. But from Monaco's perspective, regarding the players that they've lost now, they've lost Mbappe, and they've lost a lot of players. But early on in the window, Monaco made it basically clear that they wanted over £70 million for Thomas Lemar. They've been in discussions with representatives and everything. They wasn't willing to pay this with Arsenal, over £70 million. Arsenal had a bid rejected, and I think they had another bid rejected for Lemar as well. They had another bid rejected as well. And then after that, basically, we know Lemar's got a 4-year contract till 2020. And then basically there were more talks going on. Italian journalists coming to the equation, basically saying that he said he would make the move to the Emirates and that he would leave Monaco. But the other side of the coin, the vice president had come out and he did say early on in the window, it was regarding Lemar as well, he was regarding Mbappe, he was confident that he'd secure a new deal. And the vice president also said that Fabinho would stay. So this is what he said, and he did say this about Lemar. The vice president was confident that he would stay at Monaco, but this challenge journalists have reported he would make the move to Arsenal, and the player did currently want to make the move to Arsenal, as he currently clarified this, did Lemar. But then basically after that, Arsenal were thinking that it's going to come to a conclusion now with our pursuit of Lemar. Then basically Arsene Wenger had then classified the deal as being dead after negotiating for months with Monaco. They classified the deal as being dead. And then all of a sudden, Man United were prepared to put around £55 million in for Lemar. And then Liverpool had showed their current interest in Thomas Lemar as well. And they'd already got Naby Keita. They were willing to pay a record fee, which would have been a record fee if they'd have got the player. Naby Keita is their record fee at the moment. Liverpool had come in with bids of 56 or 55 and then £66 million. This had been turned down by Monaco. And then in the process of it, Liverpool were attempting to put a third bid in of around in the region of £76 million. So them two bids, basically that Liverpool had put in, they were excessively more than Arsenal had offered him early on in the current window. So then basically from Arsenal's perspective, they're saying now, right, City wants Sanchez. This is the lie. I'm giving you an update on Lemar, how Arsenal didn't go to Arsenal. They said, right, Sanchez wants to go to City. We'll soften our stance, you know, as long as basically we get a current player in return, and this is what Arsenal wanted. They were taking on the conversations with Sterling. That come to a conclusion. But as long as if they can get Lemar in the process of the situation, they will be keen to offload Alexis Sanchez, and they can get Lemar as a replacement. So then basically Wenger was basically spotted in Paris, probably to try in the process of trying to get a deal finalised. And then Arsenal had basically come in and put £92 million in for Thomas Lemar. And then basically then this bid had been currently accepted by Monaco. But from the player's perspective, you know, he's very, very good for France as well. From the player's perspective, apparently, he said then he didn't want to join Arsenal, and he said he would have preferred the move to Anfield. And that was basically it. But why do you think this happened? He might have thought, well, the player might have basically thought, well, I wanted to move to Emirates early on in the window. Monaco were charging the valuation was over £70 million. Arsenal were not prepared to meet this. And then the player might, you know, he might have thought to himself, now when Arsene Wenger said the deal is dead, he might have thought, well, Arsene Wenger's given up on the pursuit of me, so he may not want me at the club now. So it's really hard to explain in this situation. And then basically he feels though then Liverpool came and he thought, oh, Liverpool are interested in me. They've offered a record fee of 55, 66 being rejected, and they were prepared to put £76 million in as well. And then he'd have thought to himself basically now that and then basically Arsenal then did come in with £92 million, and he's probably thought to himself, well, Arsenal clarified it as dead. But now all of a sudden Liverpool had come into the equation. Monaco have turned Liverpool down. Basically, he may as well thought, well, Arsenal have come in again to try and get me for £92 million. So he may have taken it as a current insult, maybe the player, but it's really, really hard to explain. The only reason I thought Arsenal come in with that £92 million is because when they classified it as dead, Liverpool had come in with two bids. They were prepared to put a third in, and I think this is the only reason why Arsenal regained their interest in him, only because Liverpool had come into the equation after Wenger had classified it as being dead. So anyway, that's the full story why Lemar didn't go to Arsenal. But Lemar anyway has not gone to Liverpool anywhere. That's currently gone dead. I think teams will be going for the player in January. Very good France, got a contract till 2020, and Liverpool had also had discussions with Monaco of trying to get a deal over the line because he can play in the middle. You know, he can play on the left, Lemar, but Monaco's resistance regarding the player, and it's been very, very hard to catch a player. I think early on in the window, if Arsenal had met that £80 million price or whatever it was they was demanding, I think they would have currently got the player on the ball, but they didn't meet that price tag earlier on. But that's the full story about the Lemar situation. As I did say, I think Tottenham weren't doing well, but I think towards the latter stage of the window they've done very, very well. You've got Llorente, they've got a backup striker, you know, they've got Aurelio, that's a very good replacement for Walker. They've got Davinson Sanchez, can play centre back, can play right back, very, very versatile player. Liverpool have done good, you know, they've still got a lot of quality in there, but they still need someone at the back. So yeah, there's been big money raked out in this current transfer window, guys. Yes, Chelsea have spent about, I think, about £170 million as well. They were convinced they still wanted to add more ranks than Danny Drinkwater. They wanted to get a couple more players in than Danny Drinkwater that they didn't possess, but they'll have plans in January as well. But yeah, there's been big money rates out, but the big talking points, you know, the most expensive signings are obviously Mbappe and Neymar. That has made history in football at this moment in time. But anyway, I'm going to do my top 6 predictions. Where the way I think this transfer window is currently gone, you know, I'm going to make my top 6 predictions. So Man United, I think, win the league top. I know it's a bit early to say, but we're looking very good. We're looking in very good shape. You know, we're passing the ball around well. You know, we're very clinical. We're scoring goals now, as we did. We failed to. We didn't do well last season. We didn't score many goals, but didn't leak a lot of goals. But I think we've dramatically improved that. For me, my Manchester United top. I think Chelsea will get second, if we're going to be quite honest. We had that blip against Burnley, but since then they have been on a winning form recently. You've got maybe you could say Liverpool could be in the mix in the top 4. My third prediction, my third spot would be Manchester City. To me, Tottenham they could be in the top 4. I don't know, but I think for me, Manchester United, Chelsea, Manchester City, you know, considering money they've spent. Liverpool 4th, Tottenham 5th. Yes, Liverpool 4th, I'd say. Tottenham 5th. 6th place, Arsenal, maybe 7th, but this is my top 6 anyway, so it's going to be United, Chelsea, City, Liverpool, Tottenham, and Arsenal. So the Arsenal, you know, they've lost a lot of the players, you know, and they haven't invested a lot of money in this transfer window. They haven't got the players that they wanted in, so they are going to be a bad team this season, I do presume. So my top 6 prediction is United, City, Chelsea. United, Chelsea, City. It's United, Chelsea, City, Liverpool, Tottenham, Arsenal, and that is my top 6 prediction for this season. So anyway, we've got it's currently the international break now. Anyway, I don't really watch the internationals. I know England won 4-0 yesterday. I don't really follow internationals. I couldn't really care less. But after the international break, as I said, we currently travel to Stoke, where I will be doing a preview. So we've got Stoke coming up. I think we've got Everton coming up after that. And then I think, is it Liverpool after that? I'm not quite sure. I'll have to look at the fixture list. So anyway, guys, thanks very much today for joining me. I updated you about the Coutinho situation. I updated you about the even Perisic situation. So anything else updates, as I said, you know, you can't anywhere because the transfer window's over. But yeah, guys, that's basically everything to update today. Drop your comments, like, on the channel, subscribe to my channel as always, and take it easy, guys, and ta-ra. I'll see you all later. Bye.